So while Justin Trudeau is talking about positive results of this new USMCA, he's also putting out there and making it obvious that Canada did see a blow as a result of closures for GM. Dagan.
We need to point out ultimately that one of the main reasons that GM is cutting, it's almost 15,000 people, and basically closing the production of some smaller cars is so it is healthier, because these are cars that people for the most part aren't buying and wants to make higher margin products. But we talk very much about what this deal does for auto production among the three countries, between Mexico, the United States, and Canada. It should ultimately help the job market for auto manufacturing here in the U.S. and Canada, because it requires that in order to be a duty-free car produced in North America, 75% of the content has to be produced in the region, and 40% of the content has to be produced by $16 an hour labor. It very specifically discourages auto manufacturers from moving production to Mexico for cheaper labor, which was a huge issue for the likes of General Motors.
Well, again, that's a nice safety net, and the unions have to feel really good about this deal. It really is, because it actually puts in percentages, it holds people accountable, holds countries accountable. We really don't see these type of deals. Usually they're kind of vague in terms, right? But here we are with percentages and so forth, and that really helps out the union worker.
I think one of the potential storylines with the GM closures is that it represents something bigger in the macroeconomy. Oh no, look what's happening at GM. That means that the U.S. economy, global economy, slowing down. But to Dagan's point, this seems much more like a GM-specific question, trying to put themselves in a position to deal with a slowdown, to not be caught in the same situation they were in a decade ago. Right. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and also consumers, we're changing our behavior. We like these SUVs and we like these light trucks and so forth. The cars that they're specifically closing down, again, it really didn't have those sales. So you can call it execution, you can say consumer behavior, it's all those things, but it's not as if we're seeing massive layoffs throughout the auto industry, or we're seeing massive layoffs through other industries. We're not seeing that. So it's really specific to these cars. They're not really selling well. Quite frankly.
But it's also fair to say that the Ontario Premier said that the real problem was the carbon tax that Justin Trudeau was bringing in, not these larger, trade taxes, but Trudeau's own policies were what was being so adverse to GM's creating jobs in Canada. So there are multivariate analyses here.
That's a good point.
A lot of layers.